Welcome to week 2 of BeMoreU weekly speaker videos. So today, we actually are going to be talking with the organizers, myself and Michelle. We had one speaker scheduled, but as life always does, throws us a little curveball, and she couldn't be on today. But that is okay. It's part of what I think Michelle and I were discussing even beforehand is just how like life is very real, and like being more you is like really stepping into and leaning into like what authentically life looks like, you know. And even the ways that like even before I start this video I get a little nervous. I'm like, oh no. I have to think of interesting things to say, or I hope my background looks nice, or and being more ourselves, just like Brene Brown talks about, like that power of authenticity, that power of vulnerability, is that we can still show up. And actually, if we show up and lean into that, it's even more powerful and even more, I think, connects with the people that are listening. Hopefully, you all too. So today, Michelle and I get to have a conversation and share with you about why we're creating BeMoreU, why this like personally connects with us, why we're excited for this. And so that's what we're going to do today. And share a few announcements as well.
Yeah. Well, I just thank you for being here, Jenny Lee, and anybody that's watching. We're so appreciative that you're here and part of this community. And that's really what it is. We're trying to build a community. It's not just about the event. It's not about us. It's about building this community of people that are like-minded, that we just want to grow a community of people that are being themselves, because it's just so important. I can't even name all the reasons why it's important. Hopefully everybody understands why it is. But I don't know. For myself, it's like I've always felt like an outsider, and I posted about this yesterday. It just always felt different than everybody. I was always the black sheep of the family, but I'm renaming that. I'm the pink sheep of the family, because I don't like that. So I'm the pink sheep of the family, and I've always felt like a little bit of an outsider. And it was probably a couple of years ago, after I left corporate, I really lost myself in corporate, trying to be a corporate person, and it's just not who I am. And it took me a good long time of dealing with some PTSD from being there, and trying to find myself again, that I started realizing that I just want to be myself. I don't want to have to act anymore, and I want to take off those masks that I've been wearing that make me fit into society. And I just want to be me, and I want to be comfortable being me. And I hope people will accept me for being me. And if they don't want to accept me for being me, then I hope I can be okay with not being accepted in that group. And through that process of kind of discovering that for myself, I realized, gosh, I really want other people to have this experience too, because there's so many people out there miserable because they just don't feel like they can be themselves in any situation. Sometimes it's relationships, or it might be work, or whatever the case. And so BeMoreU kind of was born from that. And I'm just excited that there's a lot of you out there that are sharing this vision with us and sharing this community. And so that's why I'm here.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And I know you shared it too, as you mentioned in a post on the Facebook group too, kind of describing more about that, and just how like personally you resonate with this message and this vision. And I too, like, I was inspired to join this team, join this co-creation of this really awesome event, and also because I personally resonate with this message. And I know for me, I have dealt with like anxiety for a long time, and I think that it kind of shows up in playing really small, right? So that like when you feel that in your body, or when I feel maybe like concerned with people like not accepting me or rejecting me or whatever, like it's like this constricting energy, right? That like for me can like close up my throat chakra, or these different ways where I don't like literally say what I need to say, or like just show up in a way that really holds my own presence. And it's been definitely a journey for me to take those steps, and like so necessary, right? Because living in that smallness, or living in a way that just keeps me really constricted, is just not sustainable. And I think a lot of us kind of experience that in our lives, where like we're trying really hard to be what society wants us to, or to fit in these little boxes, or put on those masks like you talked about, like unlearning those, like
Yeah.
becoming what we were told to become, um, and not staying small.
Yeah, well,
And
breaking those rules and stuff too, those
yeah,
boxes. Who says you have to be in a box?
yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of people apparently, right?
Yeah,
um,
yeah, unfortunately.
it's like, who says it? And we don't have to listen to that, you know? And what's cool is that, at least I'm seeing, now, like, a lot of voices are saying don't stay in those boxes, right? And like you and us, like all the speakers that are all involved, we're all saying like don't stay in those boxes. So it's cool that, yes, there's been like this voice in our society about like, here's how you should be, but then now there's this like sort of countercultural movement of like, no, it's actually so much better for us individually, for us as a collective, to not do that.
Yeah, well, for our
Yeah.
culture, I mean, everybody talks about diversity and that it's really is so important. If everybody dresses the same and looks the same and acts the same, there can't be diversity because we just everybody is thinking the same. And so the more diversity we can
Mm.
include by having people be themselves and have their own opinions and share those opinions and feel safe sharing those opinions. Gosh, can you imagine the amount of love we can spread in the world, and the amount of ingenuity that we can have with just hearing someone's voice that they might have been scared to share something before. Those are the kind of things that inspire me. I'm like, gosh, I can see the future. It seems so cool.
I love it so much. Like when you were talking about what could be created, like the innovation that happens when we're allowed to bring our unique perspective and our unique energy into a situation, right? I mean, that
Yeah,
could be in something big like a company, or that could be in something quote unquote like smaller, like our family, you know, and these like our community around us. And so definitely I agree with that.
yeah. Well, you were talking about being more you and um, just kind of stepping out of being so small. And
Mhm.
I have to be honest too with everybody watching this video that I don't do video very often because um, I get really nervous in front of the camera and I'm scared of what my background looks like you mentioned. And um, you know, I got to stop playing small, and we all have to stop playing small. It doesn't mean I have to do a ton of video. I don't know, you might see me on here more often, um, but that's why this community was created too. Just like I saw a need, and I'm so glad that you came on board to help spread this message because I I don't want to do it myself. I can't do it myself. I want people to help, and I want people to be able to spread this message. And it's I probably said this 3 times already. It's just not about me. It's about um, bettering society and bettering people and seeing people be happy with their lives and get over the shadows that they've had in their lives. And gosh, could go on and on.
No, I love it so much. Um, this kind of makes me think of something that happened recently. I was facilitating this small group, and this one person was talking a lot about how she wasn't feeling confident in a certain situation. And the thing I took away from that, I remember like walking, like we were done and we had found a way to kind of help her feel encouraged to take this action that she needed to take, right? And so I walked into the bathroom, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and it's almost like I felt myself kind of standing up a little straighter. And like, I had this sense of like, me stepping into my confidence is actually really, really important for other people too. I just had
uh,
this sense of like how encouraging would it be for the people around me to see me confident? And it's just like, if I step into my courage and my confidence, it actually gives people permission to do it themselves, and they can
yeah,
relax, you know?
yeah. That's what I
And
was going to say. Just by being more confident yourself, you give that permission to others. I just repeated what you
yeah,
said, but it's exactly what I said.
yeah.
And the whole thing about being more you too is that when you get to actually be who you are and you get to authentically go out and show up being yourself and doing something that's really counter to what society says is normal, or you don't fit in or something like that, you automatically give other people permission to do that too, because they're like, well, maybe I can let that little quirky piece of me out too next time I'm out in, a group of people or with my friends or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I just get the sense that it just matters so much because we matter, you matter, like everybody matters so much. And like that's why being more you is important.
We're talking about BeMoreU and this community, and we obviously have this event coming up in January. Hopefully everybody's heard about it, but there's if you haven't heard about it, we have an event coming up in January. It's in Everett, Washington, and we'll link to the event below in the comments. But we have 9 amazing speakers lined up. We actually just added 3 more this last week, thanks to Jenny Lee's great help. And we're so excited to announce them. We'll be announcing the new speakers, and we'll probably re-announce the other speakers since there's so many people in the group over the next probably week or so. And I'm just so excited. I mean, we have covering, all kinds of subjects. I'm going to put myself on mute for 1 second if you want to tell a couple of the kind of subjects we're going to be covering.
Yeah. So one of our speakers is a professional like stylist and coach, and she's going to be covering confidence and leaning into your specific, like I think she would call it like your gem, which is you, like your beauty, and stepping into that and how that confidence really like changes how you engage with the world. And we have a financial strategist, and so we're going to talk about money and like how to empower ourselves with our own wealth, especially as women. And we have forgiveness coach and how important forgiveness is in the process of being more ourselves, and however she's going to kind of bring that into this. And even we have essential oils expert, and so she's going to be coming in and actually you get to apply them in this kind of unique way where they're supporting you, like even spiritually, in a way where you can move more into being yourself, and how like essential oils interact with that. And those are just, I don't know, I think I only said like 4 that's of like the 10 people that are going to be there.
Yeah, well, that's why I love is that most of these talks are going to have some sort of experiential component to it. So like you said, with the essential oils, you get to actually experience putting it on in a certain way to promote your spirituality and your learning, and just emotional release and everything. And one of the other ladies, she's a coach and she does art therapy, and she's going to be leading everybody in a art therapy type of group coaching. I'm so fascinated. I can't wait for that one too. The sad thing is we don't get to go to all of them, so but it's going to be amazing. And like we said, we'll re-announce them over the next few days and week or so, just so that everybody gets a clear idea of who they are. And Jenny Lee's going to continue doing these wonderful videos so that she can introduce you to them and what they do. And I was going to say that if, in case you didn't know about the event or didn't know that we have early bird tickets on sale right now, they are on sale through October 31st. So you still have a couple more weeks to be able to get your early bird ticket to the event in January.
Yeah, and we extended that a little bit because we really want this to be accessible to as many people as possible. And so I would really jump on that, especially because it's a significant discount for just a couple more weeks. So
yeah. Oh, and don't miss the VIP experience. That's going to be so wonderful because if you buy one of the VIP tickets, there's only 60 available. Actually, I think there's less than 60 available now. I haven't looked at how many we've sold so far, but it's an exclusive little VIP event at the end of the event where you get to talk with the speakers directly and interact with some of the other VIPs and really build that community. That's part of what this event is about, is meeting people that are like-minded and building that community, and hopefully some lifelong friendships too.
Yeah, that's something we've talked about a lot, is that we envision this as being more than an event. So it's not something that you just like show up to and are like, okay, I gained information and that's great. But really kind of built into it is that sense of interacting with other people and like walking away with actual action steps for like how do we actually apply this and take this with us
Mhm.
into the world, and then how do we really connect with these other people so that we can build that community with people that really align with this vision and like are like encouraging and supporting and celebrating us, you know, in our authenticity. And so I love that because I've been to conferences too where I don't get to talk to the speakers and the people that I realize I really I'm excited about. So I love that
Yeah.
VIP option. But B, like you kind of walk away and, you know, say you're more introverted or something and you didn't quite connect with the people sitting next to you. But we're trying to build in this opportunity where you're not just always sitting next to somebody, but you actually get to talk to them and build those connections and walk away with something I think like valuable, way extended beyond the event. So
Yeah. When you, yeah, hopefully build that community of people that know you as your authentic self and help you live that authenticity in the rest of your life. Because it can be really scary. If anybody's ever attended any kind of event before, you know that you leave really inspired with all kinds of information, and then sometimes that just tapers off because you don't have any structure built in to keep it alive. So we're really structuring this to build that community in, so that, which is partly why the Facebook group is here. We're trying to start that community early. So
yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on to this tonight. Or
yeah.
saying thanks to Michelle, but and everybody who watches this. And I'll be back again next Wednesday to talk with another one of our speakers, and I'm sure we'll be communicating with you on via Facebook. And always feel free to send us any questions to about the community, about being more yourself, you know, about the event. So
Yeah, and if you feel inspired to share, other things that relate to being more you, we would love to see that in the Facebook group too. We really want it to
yeah,
be a robust and interactive group. So come and join
yeah.
us.